All right, welcome everyone. I don't know what's happening here. I usually do one of these readings a day, but I'm guided to do a second one today. Maybe in preparation for tomorrow, actually. I have a busy day tomorrow, so maybe they want me to get ahead of it. So here we go. We're going to do another reading today. And it's going to be another general reading. Okay. No pick a card or pick a pile. I don't know why I say pick a card. It's like that, that circus act. Pick a card, any card. Comes to my brain every time I try to say pick a pile. Anyways, I'm going to open the energy for us all. And we're going to connect. And we're going to see what the cards want to tell us today, okay? So it's the blue tarot cards to start. I think this is some sort of follow-up to the one I did earlier today, which was about being called. So maybe some of you have some questions around that need to be addressed. That's my feeling. That's what's coming as I shuffle these cards. The tarot are going to answer some of the questions. It was all oracle cards. I don't know if you noticed in that reading, if you've watched it. If you haven't watched it, you might want to watch it now. It was called, Are You Answering the Call, I think, or something like that. Anyways, yeah, so that sparked some questions for a few of you, I hear. And we're going to have the tarot answer those questions. That's what I'm hearing. So let's see what it... Okay. All right, the Empress. Okay, the Empress. She is all about fertility and emotions and emotional abundance. And she's the Queen of Cups. So she's... she can create anything. And she, can create anything, and she's, there's a harvest. The word harvest comes whenever I look at this card, like it's time to reap the rewards, the harvest. She's reaping them, see, right there. There's a lot of balance in this card, as you can see, so, yeah. So I believe this is our significator card for us today, for this reading. So I'm going to see if I can, okay, the pendulum's going to help us out. I know in one of the readings recently I called it a pentacle and kept calling it a pentacle. Excuse me for that, sorry. It's a pendulum, not a pentacle, and I do know that. So but sometimes people use coins as pendulums, so it's not my fault. Anyways, maybe I was just thinking about it as a coin instead of a crystal. This one is. So anyways, people use rings, they use coins, they use, all kinds of things. So whatever calls to you, okay, to use. So now, here we're going to get some more blue cards about, whoops, here we go. Okay, this is the new adventures that we're embracing enthusiastically. So, okay, so that's the situation card. We have a new adventure, some new opportunities, some new ventures coming toward us that we are embracing enthusiastically. You can see we're like this cat that's looking up like, what's that? And we want to know what it is, and we want to explore it, and we're very enthusiastic about what that is. And there's balance, of course, in this card as well. So, yeah, okay, lots of balance so far. Okay, so let's see. What the next card is. So if that's the situation, we are the Empress, and that's our situation. We have some new ventures coming toward us that we're very enthusiastic about. The next card is the Purpose. So often we think about situations as being something that's negative, but obviously in this reading it's a positive one. So but understanding the deeper purpose, because it's not just, we're manifesting this, and we're manifesting this joy and abundance and happiness in our lives, but there's a purpose for it beyond just that. And so this is the Ace of Wands, and it's also the Strength card. So this is going to bring us a lot of strength, okay? And wands are always beginnings, new beginnings. Aces are always new beginnings. And so, yeah, it's going to bring us a whole new sense of courage, okay? A whole new sense of strength. this new venture that we're stepping out onto. So the purpose is to find our strength and courage and inner lioness or lion if you're male. The Empress card doesn't have to be female. It can be male as well. It can represent a male as well. It's just representing that very fertile, very creative and fertile and emotionally balanced person that is ready to reap the rewards in their life of being able to get to this point. And so that's what we're seeing here. Okay. So now the next card is what emotions and what actions are inspired by this situation, this new venture that we're super excited about and enthusiastic about, that's going to bring us strength and courage. So the emotions and actions it incites is, this is the King of Cups. He's in complete flow. Okay, so this is going to bring us into complete flow. That's amazing. We're in complete flow. And look at all the balance in this reading. Okay, so we're going to be in complete flow. That is what, so we're going to feel it. We're going to enact it. We're going to be flowing. So we're going to be in flow. We're going to feel like we're in flow, and we're going to be flowing. Okay, so that's pretty amazing. So if you have concerns about being called, don't. And look at that card that just jumped right out. The outcome of all of this is new opportunities. The World card, okay? So the World card. So new financial opportunities, new entrepreneurial opportunities, which are the ones that we're looking at over here as the, cats that are very excited about it. So, one opportunity is going to bring another one, going to bring another one, going to bring another one. The world is going to open up to you is what I'm hearing. So a whole new world, a big, beautiful world is going to open up to you and embrace you. So, so don't have any hesitations about answering the call that the last reading was telling us about, because this is related to the last reading. If you haven't watched it, please go and watch it because you'll understand this a little bit more. But I'm not sure what your questions were, but look at that. I mean, I can't make these cards appear. As you see, they pop out, they just jump out. This one in particular jumped out, like flew right out. I can't make these cards come out. It's just how they do. They just do. And the messages come the way that they come. And so if you had any hesitation, any concerns, maybe that reading made you feel uneasy, I'm not sure, maybe it made you feel a little worried about coming out, it said become more visible, allow yourself to be your true self, all that kind of stuff. You're going to have strength here. So these new opportunities are bringing you a new strength, serious strength, okay, and inner will and strength. So don't worry, you're going to be strong enough to do this. All right. So we're going to pull, oh, look at that. Weird. Okay, let's get this out of here. Well, that's swift movement. That's let's just acknowledge this card because it was in the okay. It was in with the gold card. So these two, hard work paying off and swiftly paying off. And look at that, 88. So that's abundance. So hard work paying off, a swift movement happening here. 88 is abundance, so these cards wanted to be noticed. So yeah, okay, that's amazing. So I'm going to put these cards over here because they just they somehow snuck their way into the gold pile so that they could be noticed now. Told you, I can't make this happen. This is just things that happen. And I'm pretty neurotic about putting things back where they belong, so how they snuck into the gold pile is beyond me, for sure. Because if I had noticed that, I would never have allowed it. So definitely wasn't me doing that. So let's see. What do the gold cards want to offer here and tell us about this new journey that we're being called to go on, this new journey. So in the last reading that I keep referring to was one of leadership, and one of spiritual leadership, in particular a spiritual career perhaps, or integrating your spirituality into your career in order to lead. So yeah, it was quite a reading. So okay, here we go. Look, we have that swift movement again. Okay, We have that swift movement again. So this is going to, these opportunities, especially this first one that's going to bring all these other ones, this new opportunity that we're very enthusiastic about, this new venture, it's going to come quickly, okay? And here we go. We have the Six of Wands, which in this deck is also the Tower card. So drastic shift in perception, okay? In perspective. So you are going to make a drastic shift in perception, self-perception, I hear, and perspective, because you're going to have this inner strength, this super strong inner strength card here. So you are going to shift your perspective of yourself into leadership. That's what this says. This is, yeah, don't worry about it. You are a natural born leader. That's what I'm hearing. And don't worry about it. Yeah, start seeing yourself that way. All right. And then this guy, okay, so this is showing us a little bit more here. We have so much potential. You have so much potential. Look at all the balance. I love this. You have so much potential, but you're a little cautious. But don't be, okay? Be cautious always. Don't go be reckless. That's not what I'm saying. But don't withhold yourself. Don't withhold any of this. Don't withhold your flow, okay? Don't let that caution withhold your flow. There's so much potential, okay? And then here we go. We have the Emperor. So we're the Empress and the Emperor here. So the Emperor is wise. He's experienced. He's authoritative. He's, he knows who he is and what he has to offer. And that's that inner will and strength and the leadership abilities coming forward, okay? So that is amazing. And then this card here came out as well. And it's the Seven of Cups, and it's showing us that, we've already got so much going on here. We have a lot of abundance in so many ways, but there's a secret cup. There's an unknown cup left to be overturned. So we're not done. We have more that we don't even know. We have so much more to offer that we don't even know. We have so much more to receive that we don't even know. So that's what we're being called to do, is to open ourselves up to that, okay? So that makes a lot of sense. That's what the tarot cards want to tell us. And then I hear that we also want to pull a couple of other cards. Okay, Ascended Master cards. What do they want to tell us about being called and being open to receiving that call and to answering the call? All right, what is it that they want to tell us? Okay, Lotus born. Your innermost being is eternally pure. No matter what has transpired, what you have done, or what you failed to do, there is light within you, a light within you that can never be sullied. Release your shame, embrace your true nature. Okay, so if you're thinking, because I made mistakes in the past, et cetera, that's going to come back to bite me or whatever, or who am I to lead? I've made these mistakes, or I've, whatever it is. Let that all go, okay? None of that matters. In that earlier reading, we had something where it said, zoom out to the big picture, to the cosmic picture, to the, see it from, the Ascended Master's viewpoint, and none of that matters. It said none of that matters, okay? Let that go. That doesn't matter, okay? So that might be the hesitation that we're seeing here, this caution here, and, what this reading is here to quell, this concern. And then I hear, I don't hear it, I see it, I'm reading it. So from the Ascended Masters, we're hearing presence. Be in this moment with me. You will find it difficult to feel my love and hear my guidance when you are distracted. I offer you a gift. Be present and you shall receive it, okay? So stop being distracted by whatever it is that's distracting you, these concerns about the past, whatever it might be. These concerns that you're not good enough, whatever, any of those things. Those are just distractions, okay? Be present and receive it. That in the other reading, there was the now card. That's what it's saying. It's reinforcing that. Be in the now. Forget about the past. Forget about the future. Be in the now and receive the gifts that are being offered to you now, okay? And that's what they wanted to say about that. And then, one of these little cards. So yeah, one of these little cards is going to have something to say. These are little cards. It's called A Little Box of Faith, and someone gave these to me like 15 years ago, and I never really, looked at them too much. But I carried this box around. I've moved a lot in 15 years. I've moved around and moved around. And even this last move, because I just moved recently, I thought, do I even need to move this again? Should it be, and I hear, nope, keep those cards. So, yeah. And then the other day I heard, bring them into your Reiki room and your reading room, and they're to be part of this work that I'm doing. So here they are. They have something to say. All right. If winter comes, can spring be far behind? Okay. So if you've been in the winter, you've been in the darkness, and we talk about that in the reading earlier today as well. You've been there, done that, but spring is coming, okay? And that was very clear in the reading. So they're reminding you of that. Let go of any attachment or any concern about the past and the darkness that you've been through and all of that kind of stuff. The spring is coming, the light is coming. There is no need to worry about that, okay? So, all right, and then I hear there's a chakra card for us. It's always good to check in with our chakras, our energy centers, and, make sure they're as open as possible and so that we can do the work that we want to do. Throat chakra, Amazonite, creativity. Use creativity to transform your pain into positivity. Okay, so we're getting this message very clearly. Whatever transpired in the past doesn't matter. You've been through some pain. You've been through some darkness. It doesn't matter. Zoom out and use your creativity to transform your pain into positivity, okay? So you can do this. You're not a flawed human being. You're not a flawed spiritual being. You're not a flawed any being. You are not flawed, okay? You can do this. You're being called to do this, and you can do this. They wouldn't call you if you weren't able to do this, okay? So they want to make that very, very clear. So if you're having any doubts, if the last reading, gave you a bit of uneasiness, don't have that uneasiness. Let it go. It's yeah. You are blessed. Okay, look at that. Blessings. They are, look at them. They're raining these. Remember the card in the last reading was rain, and it was going to cleanse you, and it was going to refresh you and rejuvenate you, and there were going to be rainbows, and you were going to, feel a rebirth and etc. And that's that spring again. So they're raining blessings down on you in the now. Stay in the now and receive these blessings, and zoom out and make sure that you're seeing this drastic shift in perspective that you need to have is to zoom out and see yourself as the divine human being that they are seeing you as, okay? They are seeing you as a divine human being. You are both divine and human. You need to see that. You need to remember that. You need to know that, okay? Linda Sadesky, a woman I did a lot of work with in the past, she wrote a book called Gathering Our Divinity. So G-O-D, right? Gathering Our Divinity. That's what we're here doing on Earth. And you've done that. I hear you've done that. You've gathered your divinity. You're back in the oneness. You're and it's time to receive. We've had a lot of messages about receiving, and so they want you to know that. They want you to be, to know that. And I had a little aha moment. Remember I asked in the last thing for them to reveal me, the last reading, for them to reveal to me what music was for me, because I've been getting the music card for as long as I've been doing readings, and I was, and it escaped me, which now it's so obvious, and I'm really kind of like, how did that escape me? But for me, I don't know about for you, maybe you play music, maybe you sing, maybe you're very, very talented in that area. For me, I used to listen to music all the time. When we were young, we listened to music. Music is so healing. It moves us. It's vibrationally moves us. It moves through us. It makes us move. It makes us sing. It makes us, release energy. So listening to music is what I was guided to do. I need to listen to music more. I don't know when I stopped listening to music. Well, I actually do. It was a relationship I was in, and we disagreed on music. So we just didn't, I didn't like his music, and he didn't like my music tastes. And so we just stopped listening to music in our household because, we couldn't agree on it. So, that's, for me, what came was to listen to that music, okay? So I don't know why I'm sharing that with you now, but maybe some of you need to just go out and, turn the music on and start dancing and get rid of this feeling of stress I hear, or burden, or anxiety around being called, okay? So you're being called for a reason, and it's because you're capable of doing this. All right, you're the Empress, you're the Emperor. The world is opening up to you. You have the strength. Just shift your perception to see yourself as these amazing divine human beings, to allow the blessings, to see them and allow them. And all right, there's one last card that wants to come for us, and it's a light worker card. So this deck is called Work Your Light. So that's the message. Work your light. Okay, there's two cards. I think two cards, yeah. Two cards. So from the deck, Work Your Light. Okay. So, okay, this might be concerning some of you. Boundaries. Yes, this is an important topic when you're becoming a spiritual leader or a spiritual person even. Your light is going to be shining so bright that you'll attract a lot, okay? You're going to attract a lot of different beings to you. And so you need to be able to establish some boundaries. So you should do some research on some crystals that help with that, some black obsidian, tourmaline, black tourmaline are two that come to mind. And they're protection stones to, just to establish some boundaries. I'm not saying that, to be scared or to be fearful or anything, but you need to create a boundary around yourself, So, a lot of mediums will say, I'm only interested in communicating with light beings. And so, that's just setting a boundary. You can do that as well, okay? So you can establish boundaries. So don't be worried about that. Establish your boundaries. Use crystals or sage or whatever it is that you are guided to use to help establish those boundaries, okay? And then take a break. Okay, take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. So this is a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. So don't think that you have to do it all today or tomorrow or in the next 3 months, because that reading alluded to the next 3 months, a bunch of things happening and the call coming and you answering the call and etc. So do not worry about getting it all done, okay? Don't worry about how fast it's going to happen, because we've talked about it happening quickly, but it'll happen at the pace that you can handle, okay? So it's a life's work. It's not one season of work. So don't run yourself ragged. Don't put yourself on the treadmill. And if you're on the treadmill, get off of it, okay? Because that serves no purpose. We have a lot of, sometimes the divine timing card comes up, and learn how to flow with divine timing. You don't have to rush anything, or, if you're feeling rushed, take a break, slow it down, because you don't need to feel rushed, okay? I hear some soul mission cards want to come, or one or two, I don't know how many. So let's see. Soul mission card wants to come. It's this guy. Summer. Oh, so this goes with the take a break one. Heat, embark, vacation. Okay, so whatever warms your soul, do that, okay, when you take your breaks. Okay, so if you need to take a break, make sure you take breaks regularly, actually, is what I'm hearing. So don't run yourself ragged. Always give yourself that pause in the motion. I used to own a dog daycare hiking service that I called Pause in Motion, PAWS in motion. It was a play on words and oxymoron, pause in motion. But definitely take those pauses in the motion, okay? That's what I'm being guided. So don't worry about that. If that's a concern of yours, that you're going to be overworked and overwhelmed, you're not going to be, okay? So one more deck is wanting to talk to us. Maybe even more than that, I hear. Okay. This is the Star Seeds. So there's a card in here, or two or three, I don't know, actually, that wants to be heard. And it's this one. Okay. So let's, okay. Your life is a canvas. You're the artist. You manifest it. So, and creative accountability. So creative accountability is because you have to remember that you choose it, you create it, you manifest it. You're the artist. You're the one creating your life. So, you know, if you're feeling rushed or overwhelmed or any of that, you've done that to yourself, and you can stop doing that to yourself. Okay, so that's the creative accountability there. You can stop doing that to yourself. Okay, so you're not a victim of anything. You're not a victim of this calling. Okay, you're in control. Even though we release and surrender control, you're still in charge. You're still in the driver's seat, okay, of your own life. You have free will. So don't worry about that. Okay, if that's a concern, I just hear that. Yeah, you know, there's God's will, or whatever you want to call it, the universe's will, or spirit's will, or whatever you call it. And then there's your will, your free will, and it's when you come together to work together and co-create together. No one's will overrides the other. Okay, so no one's a victim, no one's a slave, no one's a master. No one's the bully in this relationship. Okay, that's why there's all this balance in this. I'm hearing that's why there's all this balance. They're showing us all this balance. Okay. So, okay, one final deck wants to speak to us, and then that is it for real. I don't know if I've already said that a few times, but yeah. And what is that deck though? I'm just hearing that I need to look over here. So I don't know if you can still hear me, because I'm looking over here to see what the deck is that wants to speak to us and wants to give us a message. And I hear it's the Daily Crystal Inspiration deck. So, haven't used this one in a while. I'm going to pull it out. I guess they're going to give us a crystal to work with that we might, or maybe more than one. But yeah, they're going to give us some guidance around crystals right now. What can help us feel more comfortable in answering this calling. So here it is. Angel Aura Quartz, lighten up. Okay, what a perfect crystal. I'm going to read from the book on this and see what it says about it, because yeah, I'm going to get one of those, I think. And I don't have one yet, so look how beautiful it is. You know, look at that Angel Aura Quartz, lighten up. So let me find that in here and see what it says. Okay, here we go. Yes, it's okay to lighten up. Life is serious enough. A little levity always adds perspective. Okay, so this is this perspective again, right? Zoom out. Little things don't matter. Don't take it so seriously. Life is serious enough. You don't have to sweat the small stuff, okay? Make time for the things that make you smile and laugh amidst all of life's responsibilities. So that's that summer vacation and take a break card being reaffirmed here. Give yourself permission to prioritize fun. You deserve it. Embrace the childlike curiosity. That's this cat over here. These two cats. And excitement that you have within you. So embrace this excitement, that you have about this new venture. Okay? Tap into your carefree, lighthearted nature. That could be what the music thing was about. Get out there and go dancing, or get in your living room and dance, wherever you want to dance, listen to music, sing, dance, etc. You know what they say about all work and no play. Stay connected with your innate playfulness so that when it is time for work, you can show up as the best version of yourself. Okay, that makes sense. So don't get some of you might have been like, oh my God, I have to answer this call and it's very serious and I have to save the world, or whatever you thought. That's not what they're asking you to do. They're asking you to just, be the best version of you, shine your light in this world. And, and to do that, you have to be happy and joyful and gleeful. And so there's an affirmation here. I allow myself to have fun. Today I find reason to laugh and let loose. Tell a joke, watch a funny show, or share a funny picture with your loved one. Okay, so yeah, just lighten up, like it says. Okay, so Don't get too bogged down with the seriousness of life and the seriousness of being called to shine your light. Shining your light should be fun. It should be enjoyable, and it should be something that's done with ease. Okay, so like they've guided you. If you're feeling bogged down, if you're feeling burdened, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling that your boundaries are being crossed, any of that, take a break. Just take a break and do something that you love doing, something that lightens the load for you, something that lightens your heart, that makes your heart sing, that makes you smile. Okay, so that's the guidance we have for you, that they have for you today, around that. Okay, so I hope that helped. I hope it answered whatever questions you may have had, and I hope that you will, if you haven't watched the first video about this that I keep referring to, you'll watch it, and you have a lovely day.